Hello friends, today we are going to make a snail. You'll be wondering how we are going to make a snail. Yeah, wait and see. This is a snail you will love to play with after making this. Okay, so these are the things that we need for making the snail. You need a piece of paper, you need a lid, you need a smaller lid. So the lid should be circular shaped lids. Okay, so one should be a big one should be a smaller sized one. You need a glue stick. You can either use glue this like this one, or you can use liquid glue. You need scissors, and you need something to color with. Okay, so let's see how we do this. What we are going to do first is we are going to trace some circles with the lids that we have. So I'm going to put this lid in the bottom left corner, leaving a teeny bit of space for me to trace the circle. I'm going to trace the circle with this marker. You can do this with a pencil. When you're tracing, see that you're pushing down the lid with one hand and you will trace with the other. Okay, so I have traced my first lid. Now I'm going to take the second lid. I'm going to place next to this first one, but I'm going to leave some space in between because we don't want the circles touching. I'm going to now trace the second lid, pressing down with my left hand and tracing it with the right hand. So we are done making the circles. Now what we are going to do next is we need to cut the circles out. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to free my paper first. Okay, this way when you free your paper, it'll be easy for you to cut the circle. So now I'm going to cut just next to the circle. Keep in mind that it is, did I say that we need scissors in the beginning? The things that we need lids, glue stick. Did I say all that? Glue stick. Yeah, I think I said we need glue stick, right? I don't remember anything right now. I don't know whether I mentioned that we need a scissor. So you guys don't need to have a big scissors like that. You can use a small one. Okay, so let me cut this circle out. The big circle, can you guess what this big circle is going to become? What? Yes, the big circle is going to become the the bottom part of the body. Okay, so I'm going to cut out the big circle. Then now I need two small circles. So what I'm going to do is I'm just folding this paper. There is enough space for me to draw a circle. Why I'm folding the paper is because when I fold the paper, when I'm going to make the eyes, we will be able to make two eyes at the same time. Okay, I'm going to draw a small circle, color it in, and then I'm going to draw a bigger circle outside. Okay, and then I'm going to cut both the papers together. So this is going to be the eye of a snail. Have you guys seen a snail? I'm sure you guys would have seen a snail, right? I'm not a big fan of the snails because it's like wherever it is, it leaves a slimy trail, right? And I don't know, it makes me feel like I don't know the word to say how it makes me feel. So, but I like cartoon snails that I see in cartoons and all those snails. So I have two eyes ready. Now Let me see if I can use this strip. No, I'm going to set that aside. I'm going to take this. I'm going to match both the sides together. I'm going to cut out a small rectangular piece. Okay, watch how I do that. So I folded the paper. The reason is when I cut, now I'll have two pieces at the same time, right? So I'm going to cut a small strip. This is going to be the antenna. Okay, so I have this much piece left. I will save it for some time, some other project. Okay, if there is any piece of paper that you can't use, put it in your recycle bin. Okay, don't leave it around on the table or on the floor. We don't want to mess up the room, right? So now the next thing what we're going to do is there are two circles, right? You're going to take the small circle and you're going to make the shell of the snail. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to start from the middle of the circle and then I'm going to make a swirly line like that. Should the lines be touching? No, I'm going around like that. It should not be touching the previous line that you made. And when you reach the this end of the edge of the circle, you're going to stop. Okay, now I'm going to take the crayon or whatever coloring material you have. I'm going to use the crayon right now. You're going to color this. Okay, I'm going to use blue because that's the color I will feel like using today. I'm going to color the shell with my blue crayon. Okay, I'm going to color side to side just like I always do. I'm going to color in really well so that it looks nice and bright. You could have even done this project on colored construction paper, but it's okay if you just have white paper at home. You can color it the color that you want, right? So it doesn't matter whether you are making it on a colored paper. The only thing is you can skip this step of coloring, right? You will be drawing the swirl and then that's all that needs to be done. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use maybe green. I'm going to go around the swirl with my green. What I'm doing is I'm making it look like it is more 3D. Okay, so I'm going to make it more detailed. I'm going along the lines that I made with my green crayon. So do you guys have to use the same colors that I used just now? No, my friends, you can use any color that you like. Okay, so just use two different colors to make the shell look more detailed. That's all that you need to keep in mind. Okay, so that is done. Now let's give this maybe I'll use the same green to color the this part, this circle. Okay, so I'm going to go side to side just like we did with the shell and try to cover up all the white areas. We don't want any white showing through. Okay, if you want to color blue on top of this, usually when you use two colors next to each other in the color wheel, it'll look more what is the word, more like neon color. It's like look really nice. So I like to put the colors next to each other in the rainbow order next to each other. So this is blue and green are next to each other when you draw a rainbow, right? Or paint a rainbow. So I like to put those two colors together. So suppose you are using painting red, what is the color that you should use along with it? You can either use red after red, you can use orange with it, or purple would be a good color to work with red. So if it is yellow, yellow and orange would work well together, or yellow and green will work well together. So, and green and blue will look good together also. So now another color that will look good with blue would be purple. So we are done coloring. Oh, let me color the antenna also. Maybe I'll use, what color would look good with green? So yellow is another color that will good look together, right? So I'm going to color the antenna yellow. You don't have to follow any of this coloring order. You can just pick a random color and color this. I'm just telling you what colors would look good together. That's all, okay? If you're in a mood to put yellow and black together, go ahead, do that. If you want to put yellow and brown together, go ahead, do that. Nobody's going to ask you why you did that. So now let's see. Let me put my crayons back. Let's see how we put together this snail. All that we have now are a few circles and 2 rectangles. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to take the rectangle, put some glue on one end and put the eye on top like this. Okay, take the next, put the glue on the next rectangle just like you did with the first one. So now we have 2 antennas ready. Next thing, you're going to take the big circle with no swirl, the big one, and then you're going to match one side of the circle with the other, and then you're going to fold it down. It should be matching, okay? See, this matches with this side, and then fold it, and then turn this around. On the flat side, what you're going to do is you're going to draw a mouth. Maybe you should draw the mouth before coloring with the crayon, right? The next thing what I'm going to do is I'm going to put so on this side there is the mouth. The back side of that, I'm going to turn this around and I'm going to put the antenna. So when you are gluing down the antenna, the white side should be facing you, okay? Like that. On the other side, the mouth is here. On the other side, on the flat top part, we are gluing down the eyes. Then maybe you can put some yellow on the side too if you want. Okay, now we are going to take this and then we are going to put some glue on over here. Can you see where I'm putting the glue? Not on the bottom, on little above, and then this part, the shell comes down like that, right? That part I'm going to put it down like that. It's not going like this. I'm leaving some space on the bottom so you can see the body of the snail. Okay, like that, and then I'm going to glue this down. Now is the fun part. You can lift this fellow up and then you can start playing with this. Watch how we do that. Can you see how he's rocking? This is like a rocking snail. Can you see that? So if you have time, if you have more paper, make 2. I already have another one. What you can do is you can have a race between these 2 snails and see which one can rock the most. Okay, so you can play with your brother or sister or with your mom or dad. So each person can have one of the snail, and then you can ask somebody to count to 3, and when you at 3, you can start rocking and you can see which one will rock the most. So this one rocked a little bit more than this one. So this is the winner. Got it? So that's what you're going to do. You can have some fun time with the snails. So till we see next week. Bye bye. Have fun.